Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So today I'm just doing, this is just a quick tip video. I use a lot of markers, and sometimes depending on the paper, especially for you guys who are beginners out there and might only have printer paper or tracing paper, drawing paper, whatever, markers might react differently. This is a piece of watercolor paper, but it's really not going to matter of what I'm showing you. So if you have a nonstick mat, this will work. If you don't, maybe you have a piece of wax paper. You want the waxy part of it. Maybe you have a piece of plastic that you have sitting around. Maybe it's from, a stencil or even food or whatever. It doesn't matter. You want something that's glossy. It could be anything, even like my rhinestone paper, right? And those are like $1 or something. But something that you can do is, okay, this is a permanent marker, and all I'm going to do, and I'm not going to use my mat, I'm going to use this plastic, is we're going to scribble on it. And this is a permanent one. Take a paintbrush. You want it wet. You don't need to have it, soaking wet. Go in. And you see how you make it almost watercolory? And when that dries, it'll be permanent because it's a permanent marker, but very easy on the non-stick plastic. You see, and you can make it darker, less water, whatever you want to do. But that is a permanent marker. Now the next one, and I'm just showing you a couple different things. This is a Bic Market, which is permanent. It is, this is an ultra fine point, but this is like your Sharpie, and these are, between these and the Sharpies, there's a lot on sale for the school year starting, but you will do the same thing. You will scribble it on a non-stick surface, a plasticky surface, whatever you have, if you don't have the mat, and then same thing, and you go in. Now that dried a lot faster, but I can still pick some of it up. Some of them do, that's just the way it is. But you can see you still get a nice shade of red. I'm gonna go a little faster there. Yeah. And you see? Wet my brush a little bit more to get more off. It's essentially alcohol ink is what Sharpies and Bics, these permanent markers are. They're Copics. So if you can't afford Copics, but you can get a Sharpie or Bics, that's what they are. This is a Sharpie. I'm going to just, might be almost gone, because that's just, I use these things in my mixed media like crazy. But it's same thing as the Bic. And you can see that light purple. Okay, yeah, there you go. Now, these are Tombos. This could be a watercolor marker, whatever, Crayola, whatever. Same thing. We're going to just flip it this way. And I'm going to go in. You can see those are very, very, very pigmented and bright. Going in. I like to turn my brush both ways just so it gets saturated. But then look at that. And you can use a coupon, if you go to your craft store to get any of these markers. They even have store brand, and then you just keep going back in and using them. And you get that great watercolory effect. So, I mean, those are those markers. You can do the same with your Derwent, what do they call it? Inktense. You can use your gelatos in the same way and scribble them on here. You can use, I picked like weird, the colors are the same. Whatever you have, just put it on your nonstick mat or a wax paper, parchment paper, any type of plastic, and just go to town. Now, if, very quickly, because I know I'll be asked this, if I go right here and scribble some of this, what happens is, because the ink sinks into the paper, you're going to have And I do this quite a bit. I always forget and I go right onto the paper. And this is watercolor paper, but those pigments go deep in that paper and you can see that you're not getting that smooth look. Do you see how different it is when you do this and you kind of water it down? Now for mixed media, I don't mind for this because it just adds more texture and more oomph without having oomph. Do you know what I'm saying? But that's the same with the, oh my goodness, girl, learn to put caps on. This is the Bic, and I'm going there. I'm going to get some water. Oh, didn't rinse my brush, but you can see this isn't moving. That's permanent. This is the Faber-Castell. These are my favorite, but you can see it's the same thing. It's pulling some of that color off, but it's sinking right in, and that's what they do. But you know, like I said, if you're doing, let's say you're going in and with these, and you want to write a letter. Let's put, I mean, words, right? Let's put love. So while it's still a little bit wet, you take your, then you see how you get the nice color around it, like an aura, but you still have your beautiful word. So, I mean, there's a lot of ways to play with this and use it in your art journal, ATCs, mixed media, whatever you are. So I hope these little tips helped. Any questions, as always, leave them down below. I will be glad to answer them. I'm going to have a video coming out of me answering about 10 questions that you guys have been asking. So I can give you guys a little, you know, some answers. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. And like I said, it's just a little tip on, you know, how to use your pens and your markers, you know, efficiently and in the best way for you, where you don't have to spend a fortune. So always please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. Progress, not perfection. I love you guys so very much, and please share me around. Leave me a like. I appreciate it. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.